I start a square corner. I think about where his shoulders need to be and how those hips should align with that. I think about the weight in my right leg because we're on the left lead. I think about stepping into my left stirrup to open the door for him. Oh my gosh, this is going so well. Like, this is probably one of the best rides I've ever had. I think that if I keep going on this pace, I could win. Wait, we must be in the present. We must be in the present. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Left leg open, right leg pushing. That is what a great rider does. They might get distracted, but they bring it back. They might see something, but they bring it back. They might get excited, but they bring it back. They might get nervous, but they bring it back.
Welcome to Elevate Your Ride, the podcast dedicated to elevating your performance in the saddle. I'm Ellie, your personal trainer.
And I'm Lauren, your mindset coach. Picture yourself at the AQHA World Championship show. You're in the warm-up pen. You're checking in with your horse. You're checking in with your trainer. You're trying to keep your nerves under control. They call your number, and you begin to walk towards the arena gates. As you step foot into the pen, all eyes are on you to see what you have worked all year long for be put on display. As you get up to the cone, your mind starts racing. What do you do in that moment? Do you allow it to get ahead of you? Do you allow it to be living in the past? Or can you be fully present with your horse, with yourself, and with the pattern as you go out and do your best and give your all? What we're talking about here is the ability to practice mindfulness, being completely present in the moment that you're experiencing. When you do this, you can show off your skills to the highest ability because you're living in the subconscious. You're not having to think about what you're doing. You're allowing flow to happen. And that is what captivates the audience and the judges alike to say, I want to watch that person. Today, we're going to be talking about an article called The Magic of Mindfulness in Sport by Christopher Hendrickson. I chose this article because I think being mindful and being present and being able to ride every stride as it comes is one of the biggest hacks as a rider. And it's something that great riders do. And I don't want to say do naturally because it is something that is taught and is built and is developed. So all of you have the ability to access it. It's just that great riders do it without having to think about it. It's because they have put so much time and effort into it. It's second nature now. So in order to be mindful, it doesn't mean that your mind never drifts. It doesn't mean that you don't get stuck on a maneuver. It doesn't mean that you don't anticipate a maneuver. It's that when you do, you can bring your mind back quickly. And the greats are able to bring it back so quickly that from the outside looking in, you don't even know that you slightly drifted off course. Let's go back to that horsemanship visualization. So we're performing our pattern. We are stepping up to that cone. I feel my horse beneath me. I feel the reins in my hands. And I am 100% there with my horse. I am focused on my breathing. I am focused on the feel in my seat. And we step off into a walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. Step, step. As we move into a jog, I change my cadence. I change my rhythm. I change the energy that I am delivering to my horse, but I'm still staying with them. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All of a sudden, I see my horse flick an ear. I start thinking, oh my gosh, what's he looking at? Will he spook? What's happening? What's happening? But this happens in a matter of a half a second. And I say, nope, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. As we move off into the lope, I feel the rhythm beneath me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I feel the balance in my hips. I feel my shoulders being tall and square. I start a square corner, I think about where his shoulders need to be and how those hips should align with that. I think about the weight in my right leg because we're on the left lead. I think about stepping into my left stirrup to open the door for him. Oh my gosh, this is going so well. Like, this is probably one of the best rides I've ever had. I think that if I keep going on this pace, I could win. Wait, we must be in the present. We must be in the present. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Left leg open, right leg pushing. That is what a great rider does. They might get distracted, but they bring it back. They might see something, but they bring it back. They might get excited, but they bring it back. They might get nervous, but they bring it back. And so if we can harness this mindfulness, which is just like a muscle, a physical muscle, but it's our brain muscle, we will be able to tap into levels of horsemanship that we never knew possible because we can stay present with our horse and be the leader that our horse is always looking for us to be. So one of the best ways to think about mindfulness is if we look at the 3 R's, which is discussed in this article. So the 3 R's are register, release, and refocus. The article describes register as noticing that your mind has wandered. What thoughts or emotions have shown up and clouded your focus? Don't judge, just notice. Once you've done that, we're going to release those thoughts. Take a deep breath, accept the uncomfortable element instead of fighting against it, and use your senses to get present. Then we will refocus. Deliberately bring your attention back to the present moment and to the task at hand. So this is what we can kind of think about when we are trying to stay mindful and to be mindful and be present. We can develop this skill through either formal or informal mindfulness practices. Formal methods are through meditation, breathing, or guided attention. Informal can be from bringing attention to a feeling or a sensation or a thought while you're doing everyday tasks. So a great way to look at formal training is if we look at the meditation aspect. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of meditation and you think, oh man, I'm going to have to sit cross-legged on the floor for 15 minutes to 15 hours. Well, it can be as little as a minute and it can be for as long as you want. But remember, you're training a muscle. So when you first begin, don't push yourself too hard. Start with a minute, set a timer, and just close your eyes and feel. Feel your breath. Are you looking for that extra competitive edge, struggling with show pen anxiety, or looking to set and achieve meaningful goals with your horse? Schedule a session with me, Lauren, your dedicated mindset coach. As an experienced competitor, I understand the mental demands required to excel at the highest level, and I'm here to support you in building a plan to help you stay accountable and reaching those goals. For more information, check out laurencervelli.com or click on the website link in our show notes. Let's work together to elevate your ride.
Hi, everyone. It's your personal trainer, Ellie. If you're looking to become a stronger, more balanced, and flexible rider, I'm here to help. I offer virtual personal training sessions and customized workout plans that you can complete on your own. As a fellow competitor, I understand the physical demands riding requires, and my goal is to help you perform your best for your horse, whether you're preparing for a show or just want to improve your everyday rides. Visit lopindowntherailfitness.com or click on my website tab in the notes of this podcast episode to learn more. Let's work together to elevate your ride.
Let's walk through it right now. So a great way to begin meditation is just to close your eyes and think about your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep thinking about your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. As you continue doing this over the course of a minute, breathe in, breathe out. Notice what other thoughts pop up. This is so dumb. Why are we doing this? This is exciting. What'd my horse eat for lunch today? And don't think of any of these thoughts as wrong or like you're failing. Just notice how many times you have a thought and then how long it takes you to get into that thought before you think, oh, I need to go back to thinking about my breath. It is completely normal for everyone, even elite athletes, to have their mind wander. But by doing these meditation practices where you're simply focusing on your breathing and then bringing your attention back to it when it gets distracted, you're going to start building that muscle. So then instead of it taking 3 seconds for you to notice, it takes 2, then 1, then half. Then you're fixing things that you're doing in the middle of your pattern without the judges even noticing that there was a mistake to begin with. It is something that will help calm your nerves and help you to feel more confident as you're walking through the pen. If we're looking more at the informal mindfulness practices where you bring your attention while doing everyday tasks, I think this is a great one to do while you are riding your horse. After you've developed a little bit of a skill of bringing your attention back, this is exactly what we do when we are riding our horse, especially if we think about a pleasure class. And I think that's why a lot of us struggle in the pleasure pen, right? Is because we have to be completely present. There isn't any obstacle to distract us from or to refocus us, because if we don't be there, we're going to miss it. In the pleasure pen, you have to be able to think one stride, one stride, one stride, and feel and generate and relax and sit in that stride. So think about when you're doing these informal practices of being able to just focus on a feeling and then think about how quickly you get distracted. So the feeling of your horse's stride. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Look at that bird. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a cool raccoon. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? I mean, I know it sounds so silly, but you'll be able to do it longer and longer. And this will help build that endurance muscle for when you do step into the show pen. Some of the common challenges that we'll face when we are learning how to do this mindfulness and being completely present with our horses is the fact that we do get distracted. We're going to feel frustrated when we can't keep it on course. Like we're going to think, gosh dang, why do I keep noticing those birds? Gosh dang, why do I keep thinking about work? Well, because we're developing a muscle. And it's okay to let your mind drift as long as we are working on bringing it back every time, bringing it back every time, bringing it back every time. It doesn't mean that your mindfulness practice has failed. And a lot of times too, we think we need so much time to be able to do this practice. But like I talked about earlier, you can do it for a minute, and you can do it while you're doing other things by thinking about being completely present. Another great way to do it is when let's say you're exercising, when you're walking on the treadmill or taking your dog down the lane. Think about what is exactly in front of you. Think about your steps. Think about the way your hips move. Think about your breathing as you're walking. And every time your mind drifts, bring it back. Because I know for me, when I do walking and I'm trying to work on my mindfulness, walking is a lot of times the time I use to come up with new ideas, to talk through situations with myself, not in a crazy way. But it's a time I do find my mind processing and moving through a lot of things. So to me, that's when I need to do heavy lifting, where it's not as easy for me to stay as present. So when I really want to challenge my mindfulness, I'll do it while I'm walking. For me, when I'm riding a horse, that is the easiest place for me to be mindful. But I think it's because so much of my time has been spent practicing mindfulness while riding, practicing feeling. And that's another thing about the mindfulness, is being able to add a lot of different senses: touch, sight, smell, feel, the verbal, auditory. So being able to incorporate all of those is also going to make you more mindful. So definitely be able to do this while you're doing basic tasks that might be more challenging to stay present, and do it when you just or you're laying in bed and getting ready to go to sleep. It's actually a great time to calm those thoughts so then you can have a better night's sleep.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to Elevate Your Ride. We're so excited to continue helping you elevate your performance in the saddle. To keep bringing you quality content and information, we're asking you to help us. Tell your friends about us on our podcast, like and share a meaningful quote you saw on our social media, write us a review on Spotify or Facebook. You can also join our Facebook group and ask all your health and fitness questions, or maybe post a success story to motivate another amateur. Your engagement really helps us support and encourage the equestrian community. We're also inviting sponsors and supporters to help us build our show. As a sponsor, starting at just $150, you'll receive marketing on our podcast, website, and growing social media platforms for your business. It's the perfect way to connect with the equestrian community and showcase your brand to our dedicated listeners. And for our supporters, your $50 contribution gets you a shout out on our social media and website. Every bit of support really helps fuel the show and helps us inspire and motivate equestrians. So, if you're interested in learning more about that, you can scroll down to the show notes of this episode and look for the Become a Supporter or Become a Sponsor links and click on those to get some more information. Thank you for listening. We can't wait to continue expanding our platform and helping you elevate your ride. Hey, Elevate Your Ride fans. I wanted to take a moment to thank our very first gold sponsor, Hobby Horse Clothing Company. If you're looking for a cost effective way to elevate your look at the horse show, check out what Hobby Horse has to offer. From budget friendly crystal jackets to simple show shirts to stylish lifestyle tops, Hobby Horse has everything you need to look your best. Make sure you use code EYR2025 for an additional 10% off at checkout.
Hey, Elevate Your Ride fans. Are you loving our show and looking for a way to show your support? Check out our line of Elevate Your Ride merchandise. From stylish t-shirts to cozy hoodies to journals and hats, we have everything you need to represent your favorite podcast. Ready to gear up? Click on the Buy Our Merchandise Here link in the podcast notes, or head on over to our website, elevateyourride.co, and click on the Store tab. Thank you for your support. Make sure to like, follow, and share our platform with your friends. So let's walk through the basics of mindfulness once we step on our horse's back. I'll give you a few basic things to be able to add in all those senses and for you to be able to think about. So when we step into that stirrup, we're just going to start right there. You're going to think about your hand on the saddle. What does that leather feel like? Your foot's in the stirrup. What does that feel like? How much weight are you putting into it? Do you feel strong? Do you feel connected? Does your horse feel ready to receive you? Once you swing your leg over your back and then you ease yourself into the saddle, how do your seat bones feel with the horse? Do they feel connected? Do they feel even? How is your horse feeling? What's your horse's energy? What energy are you bringing to the ride? Do you feel yourself being tight? Breathe through your muscle groups. Allow them to relax on your horse. As you feel yourself loosening, do you feel your horse under you reciprocating that and loosening as well? That's another beautiful thing about this mindfulness, is that our horses are going to respond to the way that we show up for them. The calmer we can become and the more present we are, the more that they can relax and lean into us and trust us as leaders, because they are looking for that from us. So it's a really powerful tool to be able to not only give ourselves, but to give them. So then as we're sitting there, we pick up the reins, we wrap our legs around our horse. Do they feel responsive in the way that they should be? Do they feel extra light? Do they feel really dull? Do they feel fresh? Do they feel tired? Are they soft? What are you experiencing? And then also, how do you want that to continue to show up? Do you want that to remain the same, or do you want to change something? As you start walking and getting your horse warmed up and you're thinking about the things that you're desiring from this ride, allow your mind to dream of what you want to do, but then bring it back to exactly where you're at now. Because sometimes, too, when we get our mind a little bit too ahead of ourselves, we can get frustrated because we're not there. But if we bring our minds back to the present and be mindful of what our horse is giving us now, we can be appreciative of the things that we are accomplishing. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind and stopping thinking. Mindfulness is just noticing the thoughts and without judgment that are coming into your brain. We aren't trying to necessarily quiet our thoughts. We're trying to get our thoughts to be about what we want it to be. We're trying to get our thoughts on what we need our horse to be doing, what we need to be doing for our horse. We don't want to be stop thinking, because think about that. As a rider, if you're thinking about nothing, then your horse isn't going to move. They're definitely not going to be doing high level maneuvers. So we aren't trying to just clear all thoughts from our mind. We're trying to bring it back to where we're at now in order to build endurance. So just like our horse needs to be able to be strong, our mind needs to be strong. So we need to be able to condition that muscle so that way we can stay present under any pressure that we are put ourselves through, especially like at the beginning example of stepping into the AQHA World Show. That won't matter where you're at or what you're doing. You are simply going to be able to say, I got this. I got control of my mind. I can ask my horse to do what we have been practicing all year long because my thoughts are under my control. The mindfulness will also help us to feel what we are telling our horse. Are we getting tight and tense? If so, our horse is going to feel that and they're going to get tight and tense as well. It allows us to feel that tension before it becomes a problem. And then we can register, release, and refocus. We can register that we're getting tight. We can release and breathe through that tension. And then we can refocus and be able to continue riding at the highest level. I'm so excited for all of you to be able to give mindfulness a try. This is something that you can start integrating as soon as you get to the barn. It's as simple as when you're going to brush your horse, feeling their coat, feeling the muscles underneath it, and being completely present. Does it soft? Is it rough? Does your horse feel tense? Do they feel relaxed? It's just being able to notice the things around you and be fully present with yourself and with your horse. And I really think that, yes, we've been talking about this as a contribution to our sports performance, but realistically, mindfulness can just make you a better person and more enjoyable and allow you to have a more enjoyable experience with your horse. It's not about having to win that trophy. It's about being able to experience every single stride that you have worked so hard to perfect. It's about being able to appreciate the run that you just laid out there and know that everything went exactly how you could and remember it. Because how many times have we gone out there and thought, I have no idea what just happened? What a gift to be able to remember a pattern and enjoy it. And that's what mindfulness can help do for you. It can make you a better exhibitor, yes. But more importantly, it can make you more present and allow you to have a good time. And that's what we do this for, right? To enjoy the horse, to enjoy the competition, to enjoy the sport. So when you go out there to the barn today, brush that horse, feel it, absorb it, think it, and allow yourself to be present. I hope that you enjoyed this, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you for listening to Elevate Your Ride. Find us on Instagram and Facebook, all linked in the podcast notes. We'll see you next time. The information provided by Elevate Your Ride is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical or professional advice. While we discuss health and fitness topics related to equestrians, the content provided through this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. The views expressed by the host and guests on Elevate Your Ride are their own and should not be taken as professional guidance. We strive to provide accurate and up to date information, but we cannot guarantee that the information will be applicable to every individual listener or that it reflects the most current research or guidelines. Before making any changes to your health and fitness routine, we strongly recommend consulting with a qualified professional who can provide personalized advice based on your individual needs and circumstances. Elevate Your Ride and its creators will not be liable for any direct, indirect, consequential, special, exemplary, or other damages arising from the use of information on this podcast. Thank you for listening to Elevate Your Ride. We are committed to providing high quality content and appreciate your trust in us as a source of information for your health and fitness journey.